One of the questions I have for you is, do you plan to move over to another platform, or are you going to be staying on Clubhouse and building your audience here because this is where you want to invest your time?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm also going to highlight that it's always important from a marketing perspective to diversify. So if Twitter Spaces comes out of their beta and Facebook comes up with their audio platform, they've already shown how the user interface is going to look like. If they come out with their own platforms, I'm not leaving Clubhouse to go solely on their platforms. I think it's very wise, especially for influential figures, whether you're a celebrity, you're famous on Twitter, you're famous on Facebook, why not interact? But they're a highly different experience. Clubhouse started as audio only, and it also is doing things that other applications are not, like monetizing with tipping. You and I both got the feature yesterday in beta. Facebook and Twitter have been famous, notorious to the world for using your information for advertisement purposes through that monetization. We don't have ads yet on Clubhouse. Our experience isn't ruined by advertisements yet. I don't know if they're ever going to do that. However, even if they did, I still met my besties and my friends and my sister, brother like people on Clubhouse. I'm not leaving Clubhouse from talking to them to go on Twitter Spaces in order to have a room about some tweet, because it's as you've tested in beta, Twitter Spaces is based on, you can like pin a tweet and everyone can talk about the tweet. That's a whole different audience of people who use Twitter than it is from the users on Clubhouse who started out making friends, talking about professional things, knowledge sharing, influencing others positively, talking about mental health. It's so huge on the app. Mental health, like conversations that are amazing and destigmatize like absolutely everything about mental health in ways that people are so comfortable sharing.
I
And then you've
agree.
got Facebook audio, like, I don't know. That's
But
going to
no
be
one really
amazing.
knows what that's going to look like yet.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And I think that, you know, I think what I think is happening is Clubhouse is actually developing the next generation of creators, so to speak. And I think what's happening is that, and I've said this before in a blog post. So if you, so I'm gonna jump back in time to write that when I wrote that I thought Mark Zuckerberg and Sheryl Sandberg should step down from Facebook and let someone else take over, because they are the old guard of social media. And as smart as Zuck is, I just don't think he's the future. And I've said this before, and I think you've heard me say this before. So, but I just feel like, you know, what's happening here is bigger than I think some people are seeing. And I think the guys behind the app, Paul, Rohan, Anu, this is not their first rodeo. They've built these social apps before. So I'm really curious kind of what you think on your views in terms of social creators and kind of the next, you know, could this app be bigger than Facebook at some point? Because that's what I kind of am thinking.
Well, first of all, I personally, Bianca Peynado, am not calling for any Facebook employees to step down. Highlighting that, okay? Whether or not we agree on that, I'm just saying Bianca Peynado does not say that. However, is it the next generation of a strong platform?
Yeah, is it the next generation of, like, do you think like this is the next generation of social media? Like the next 10 years, 15 years are going to be based on?
I hope so. Also, the future of Clubhouse, in the words of Damon John, who actually on my first weekend I heard on the app say this, he believes personally that the app is going to go IPO. Now, if you think about it, and you know Horowitz, you know like Andreessen, you know everything about A16Z, and you think about all of the people who've sort of revealed that they've invested in Clubhouse. Of course, we don't know who's leading. We know who's leading the rounds, but we don't know who's included in the funding, right? That's obviously some information we're not privy to. However, those are brilliant people. Look at A16Z's portfolio. They have exits, they have IPOs beyond belief. They are like masters in their craft. And then you've got both founders who have tech experience. They've been down this road before. They're not Instagram founders who sold too early because they were, you know, told. I'm not sure exactly what the influence there was, but they sold early, right?
Yep.
Why wouldn't venture capitalists who have experience with exits and IPOs, why wouldn't they keep holding on to make it the biggest and best platform of our generation for now? Why
Yeah.
would they fail? How would they fail? Who would let them fail? These are extremely knowledgeable, experienced, and wise, strategic, like masters of their craft. So, with that being said, I don't see why they wouldn't. Personally, my opinion, I don't see why they wouldn't eventually go IPO. I can't make predictions. Please don't take financial advice from me. I personally am not speaking on any organization in any capacity, but my own belief system is why not make multi-billions from a platform that is revolutionizing our generation, the way that we speak to each other. Last thing I'll say is like, we hear all these controversial topics on the news of the things that people fight about. We get to talk about them on this application, and I've literally seen in a room people change their minds. This is a way
That
of,
is incredible.
yeah, have you not?
I have, and I have seen it, and I think that's what kind of goes back to me what I was saying before about this app humanizes. So it's not just that you're on one side and I'm on the other. We're both humans here. We're both just trying to understand each other. And I think when you talk to someone through voice, that comes across much better than over text, where you can where you can write something and you can sound like an asshole, but you don't actually mean to. You know what I mean? Like you're just trying to understand a person in it. And I think through voice, definitely. I see, like, you were smiling, so I guess you're agreeing with that.
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. I just think it's a really awesome form of communication, and I stand by that.